nothing's impossible. The Preventative Hoover. Most people associate hoovers with an approach by the narcissist after the relationship has ended. That is the traditional narrow approach to a hoover. Hoovers occur throughout the narcissistic dynamic. When we are seducing you, we are hoovering you in. When we interact with you during the golden period, we are hoovering you. Every time we interact, we're hoovering fuel and asserting control. So those hoovers take place through seduction, golden period, the period of devaluation, post-escape, post-disengagement. They appear as the initial grand hoover, which is where the narcissist seeks to draw a key member of the fuel matrix back into the formal relationship, typically reserved for the intimate partner primary source, but can be also for the intimate partner secondary source and non-intimate secondary sources as well. It won't be used for tertiary sources. They are not important enough. There are follow-up hoovers. The initial grand hoover is a sustained period of almost blitzkrieg-like approaches by the narcissist to suck you back into the formal relationship. Often that works. If it does not, and the narcissist is forced to focus elsewhere for a variety of reasons, thereafter you may receive follow-up hoovers, and those are the intermittent, sporadic hoovers that occur. Some are benign and some are malign. So a benign version would be calling you 2 months after the last contact to ask how you are. A malign one would be sending you a message telling you to shut the fuck up and stop talking about us. Within these types of hoovers, they take lots of different forms. They might be by telephone, by text message, by gift, by proxy, lots of different varying ways. And amongst them, there is also the preventative hoover. The preventative hoover is deployed when the narcissist recognizes, instinctively or through awareness, that a member of the fuel matrix, and it's usually the intimate partner primary source, is on the cusp of departure. The narcissist has detected a shift in behaviours, alongside sometimes things that the victim is saying. I don't know if I want to carry this relationship on, or I'm thinking that we might need a break, or I can't do this anymore. And it can be a combination of those obvious signals and less obvious ones, which the narcissist then detects and perceives as a threat to control. Because there is a threat to the narcissist's control, the narcissist, duty-bound by the narcissism's need to always have all appliances under control, responds with a preventative hoover. This is designed, in essence, to stop the appliance leaving, to stop the intimate partner primary source ending the relationship, moving out of the house, declaring that the relationship is over. It can also be deployed against intimate partner secondary sources. Those are individuals who may be dirty little secrets, or individuals who are on the shelf, picked up and put down through, for instance, dating, and where they may be looking at ending the relationship, the narcissist will use a preventative hoover. They can also be used against non-intimate secondary sources, family members. So, for instance, if a family member is suggesting that the family is not having anything more to do with the narcissist because of their behaviour, or if a friend is trying to terminate the friendship, or if a colleague is suggesting ending a friendship, or a boss is suggesting that the narcissist will lose their employment. Anything that is either clear or detected as a suggestion that the formal relationship between the appliance and the narcissist is under threat naturally challenges the narcissist's perception of control. And therefore, in many instances, the narcissist will deploy a preventative hoover to stop that happening. There are various forms by which the preventative hoover can take place. Sometimes it's a threat, sometimes it's bribery, sometimes it's a physical attack. Often it'll be the use of charm, flattery, and commonly there are preventative hoovers which are doled out as part of a pity play combined with the attitude, but I can change. Most usually, this type of preventative hoover that I'm going to describe will be used by mid-range narcissist, and especially middle mid-range type A, middle mid-range type B, and lower mid-range. You will see it occasionally with an upper mid-range, possibly with an upper lesser type A, but that's less often. And occasionally it might even be noticed amongst graders, but most commonly of all, this is used by middle range type A, middle range type B, and lower mid-range. This is how it's doled out. It is at the moment when the narcissist is staring at the potential loss of a succulent supply of fuel, where there is a clear and present threat to control, that the narcissist will make a particular play in order to prevent the cessation of this fuel. In such circumstances, the narcissist will ensure that there is only the narcissist and the appliance interacting with one another. It will be somewhere quiet, somewhere secluded, somewhere away from other people, to minimize the potential for external interference. The narcissist needs to ensure that he or she has your undivided attention, and there will not be somebody else seeking to throw a spanner into the works. The narcissist wants them excluded and banished, so that the narcissist can concentrate entirely on you and make a last throw of the dice to avoid the significant wounding that is caused by the loss of the relevant appliance, especially if it's the most important, the intimate partner primary source. I know that this time I will have to change, the narcissist may say, as he or she fixes you with the most earnest of looks. You would stop what you're doing and look at the narcissist, and already the narcissist picks up on the indecision in your eyes as he starts with this sentence. It's always a good opening gambit. You see, your empathic trait, the desire to heal and to fix, is seized upon by your emotional thinking, causing you to believe that maybe the narcissist can change, that there is some goodness deep within, that there is good within everybody that can be harnessed and used to get back on track. You as empaths are great believers in redemption, recovery, healing, and second chances. Our narcissism exploits this. I need a miracle to help me this time, continues the narcissist, as he underlines the gravity of the task with which he is faced. This evidence is grandiosity, the recognition of how important this is, and it is important to the narcissist. The narcissist is facing the loss of a key member of the fuel matrix, but it is also to denote that importance or apparent recognition of it to you. You are conned into thinking the narcissist realizes just how important I am, but it is not for the reasons that you believe. By according such gravitas to the appliance's stated attention to depart, the narcissist is demonstrating just how seriously this threat is being taken. Of course, inside, the narcissist is churning with rage at the audacity that you exhibit in daring to even show that you will leave. But at this juncture, it is being kept under control by, rather than utilizing heated fury, the narcissism has selected to utilize a benign manipulation, at this juncture at least. The narcissism forms the view that such behaviour on your part is outrageous and treacherous. After all, to do that to somebody who's done so much for you, Again, that is typical of the mid-range mindset, to believe that the narcissist is a good person, that has only ever had your best interests at heart, that has only ever wanted to make things right. It is everything that the narcissist can do to contain this fury, but the narcissism recognizes that it must do so. Remember, the narcissist doesn't know what's going on underneath, but the narcissism is keeping this fury in check for now, because to explode would surely push you away for good. How did we come to be this far apart? Asked the narcissist, fixing you with a pleading look. It was a question that would appeal to your truth-seeker trait, and also, this is a pity play. The narcissist, by underlining that you and he were once so close, nay, inseparable, is appealing to your desire to bring you both back to that closeness again. Again, this capitalizes on your empathic trait of compassion and the desire to fix and heal. This also allows you a chance to talk, and talk is something that you like to do. You like to explain. The narcissist will let you trot out all of the perceived injustices that you have supposedly suffered at the narcissist's hands. The narcissist hears little of it, because, of course, in his world, all of this is irrelevant, mistaken, and on the wrong footing. However, the narcissist will attempt to listen as part of the facade of being reasonable. None of it is being taken in as an actual admission of fault. But for once, rather than interrupting you, because of the desperation of the risk of losing you, the narcissist stays quiet and allows you to state your case. However, you may as well be talking gobbledygook for all the good that it will do, because it will not cause the narcissist to act on those comments in any permanent way. The narcissist just has to sit and let it wash over him in order to allow the preventative Hoover to have maximum effect. All of this, of course, is a challenge to the narcissist's control, and inside, in a sense, he's dying. But he's taking this blow for the greater good of ensuring that the precious fuel supply that you represent remains intact. Just tell me what you need me to do and I will do it, says the narcissist, conning you into thinking that you have some vestige of power and authority over the narcissist when, of course, you have none. You cannot control the controller. Again, in order to serve his own purposes, the narcissist is content, guided by the narcissism, to allow you to think that you can bring some influence to bear over him. Remember, the narcissist himself will be thinking that he's being fair, that he's being a decent listener, that he's trying to resolve the conflict. What's really going on is that, guided by his narcissism, which he is unaware of, he's manipulating you by allowing you to talk. He's manipulating you by allowing you to list his faults and transgressions, which he will not act on or allow accountability for, not in any permanent sense. In order to serve the narcissist's own purposes, the narcissist allows you to think that you can bring some governance or influence over him or her. And once again, it gives you a chance to detail all the changes and remedial behaviours that you expect the narcissist to engage in. The narcissist will nod and make the appropriate noises as you ramble on about the changes you want him or her to effect. It is lip service, but by you now saying that you want these changes, it means that you're demonstrating that you're coming back under control, that you may now not leave or end the relationship. You are being drawn back in. The narcissist will pluck the lines which have been used so many times on other occasions to enable the con to be continued. But of course the narcissist is earnest, genuinely believing in that moment that he will do all of these things, but he will not. It is merely paying lip service to it because that is what his narcissism occasions him to do in order to control you. You are suckered by this on each occasion, and the narcissism knows that it works, and that is why it causes the narcissist to behave in this way, because it is effective. I know we can get through this. Nothing's impossible, adds the narcissist, and he takes your hands and stares into your eyes, underlining the sincerity or at least the apparent sincerity, of the intention to change and improve. And invariably, this line, tapping into your love-devotee trait and the desire to heal and fix, secures the narcissist yet another chance. And then your relief eclipses that of the narcissist, as the narcissist now knows that you are under control and that he has you once again. Your joy and relief at not parting provides the narcissist with even further fuel, and therefore, having now been brought under control and painted white, the narcissist will grant you a brief golden period by way of reward. It is necessary for you to enjoy this brief golden period because it will not last for long. Because although the narcissist says that nothing's impossible, indeed it is when it comes to the narcissist, because change is impossible. This is a form of preventative Hoover that a mid-range narcissist will utilize in order to stop you ending the relationship. Promise to change, promise to improve, to give you an opportunity to list your complaints and how you want the improvements. But you are just being conned once again. No matter how reasonable, no matter how fair and tolerant the narcissist may suddenly appear to be, do not believe it. It is just yet another manipulation. And your increased emotional thinking, because you are engaging with the narcissist, will con you into believing that this is genuine, that maybe he can change. He seems sincere. I want to believe that it's true. And there may thereafter, through the golden period, be some improvement in the behaviour. But it will not last. And if you look back over the track record of the narcissist, you will see a pattern of behaviour in that regard. You threaten to leave, promises to change are made, there is an alteration in behaviour a short period of time, and then it starts all over again. Recognise the preventative Hoover, avoid it, and certainly when it is being deployed, you need to abide by the first golden rule of freedom, which is once you know, you go, you get out and stay out. You do not fall for any purported attempts to change. Indeed, if you have implemented a total no-contact regime, the narcissist shall not even be in a position to make these earnest pleas to you. Whether they are in person, which is preferred, by telephone or text message, you should ensure that once you realise you're dealing with a narcissist, that you impose that total no-contact regime to ensure thereafter that such preventative Hoovers cannot be used as against you. If you think back over your relationship with the narcissist, I'm sure many of you will recognise these preventative Hoovers that have been used against you. And now you understand what they are and why they are used, and in particular by these sub-schools of narcissists. Thank you for listening.